colony. Everybody's always sick in my colony. It's honestly just an existence here. It's if you're gonna live with Asora, you're probably gonna have food poisoning at some point. I have a lot of fucking panthers again, which means I'm gonna get attacked again sometime soon. So yeah, that's something to look out for. Whenever I get a lot of panthers under my belt, I get a lot of attacks, raids, stuff like that, because they kill off all my cats and they kill off all my panthers almost every time. Got more thrombo calves. We actually have quite a lot of thrombo calves. Okay, did we end up getting more guinea pigs? We ended up getting the last 2 guinea pigs. Okay, so they didn't mooch our food. That's really nice to know. So we gotta pack a little guinea pigs and hopefully they'll breed like flies and give us some more meat, just like the chickens and crap. I also need to make sure, now I think about it, that I have a culling system set up for them, because I don't know if I do. I have 3 male adults and up to 20 females. Okay, but we should probably keep the litter numbers low like that. So that way we have like a constant stream of meat. There you go. That's not going to help me get like them all to adulthood quickly, but it's at least going to like do a bit of culling and shit as we go, you know? I think, but it's not possible, but it could be, might just have a weak immune system. I would say you fucking have a weak immune system. Like, more often than not, since like I've known you streaming and stuff, like more often than not you're sick. So I would consider you to have like a weak immune system or be like sickly by nature kind of thing. Or alternatively, the third is like poor living conditions could also be making you sick as well. But I don't know what your living conditions are like. Like, I know that you've had like some weather events and shit in the past, I think. And yeah, shit can come from that too. Oh yeah, they did take out all the wood out of here. So how did we go with this? It looks like I've only got like one little spot that I can't grow on in here. And I'm okay with that. And I don't mind that being shit ground if this means I get to have more space. Alright, let me see if I can take out that thingy. What do you call it? The bridge. There we go. It looks like they did a good job with removing the moisture in here, though. Very happy with that. There we go. Shove that up to the corner. That's not what I wanted, and you fucking know it. Get rid of that bullshit. Alright, you. I want you to expand. Are you you can't grow on that for some reason. Okay, well that one's working fine. So, oh, this is its own thing. Fuck that off. Get going. Okay, well that explains some shit then. Alright, cool. So this is what? Cotton for the moment? I've got cotton, I've got devil strand growing inside. And I don't know if I don't know if I put a moisture pump in here or not. Hold on, get rid of that. Maybe? I believe I put it in there to make it nicer for them, but every time we get animals and shit in here, it gets dirty. So let me just remove all that. It won't let me remove that yet. So I'm guessing underneath there is shit. So I might do, I'll pop in a moisture pump just in case we need it. If we don't need it, I'll just get rid of it. Pop that there. They'll expand out over this area anyway. And maybe put one like right next to it. Can't fucking hurt. If I haven't already done this, then that'll be great. If I have already done it, I'll just uninstall them. I'll just get rid of them. It'll be fine. Also, apparently no, that's right. I didn't put the extra I didn't put the extra fireplace in here because I didn't need it. I think I keep my house clean. Yeah, well, then it's probably no environmental factors in your surrounding area and stuff. And the only thing I was thinking of is if you have any kind of like, I don't know. I know in like some places of the world you can get like a damp kind of mold and shit like that make you sick, but I don't think you got that. Like, especially if your house is like pretty clean and shit too. Like, I think you'd notice if there was any kind of like potentially hazardous like spore shit. But yeah, aside from that crap, I would say you probably either got a weak immune system or you're just like sickly by nature kind of thing. Like in my case, I got sick a fair bit, but mine was you had a weak immune system and I didn't know. So once I finally found out, I could actually I could avoid certain situations or approach situations differently and therefore give myself a better outcome, better chance and stuff. But like if somebody's in my vicinity and still sick, I will still get sick even if I stay the fuck away from them and stuff. Like I pick up that stuff pretty easily. Same with food. If food's like mostly okay, but it's very slightly gone, like not off, but it's slightly not as fresh as it should be, there's a good chance I'll be the one that gets sick out of like everybody eating it. So like it's normally a very telling sign. Normally whenever I see whenever I've like eaten food and stuff like that with people and I haven't eaten the thing that everybody else has eaten and everybody else gets really sick, I'm like, well, I'm really happy I didn't eat that because I would have been like way more violently sick than everybody else, you know, because that's just how my body responds to shit. But yeah, sometimes I luck out and I don't eat the thing. I'll get my wood at the next location. We could have sat here for a bit longer, but I'll send him over to that. I want to get wood here because the way I think of it is I don't think the desert's going to have it. I think we're going to just have to get it where we can get it. And if I can bring back like most of a caravan of wood, like I could have sat there a bit longer, taken a bit more wood with us, but I kind of want to get them moving as fast as possible. Last location, I'll just go ham with trying to get wood because I've got some here now. We've got like 7,000 wood, which should keep all of my fireplaces going over winter. Should be nice. But yeah, that, and I have a lot of like various benches and stuff like that that are also fueled stoves and stuff. So yeah, I need that for that. I saw a chicken or something getting pulled to a marker then down here, and I don't know why. I don't think it was escaping or anything. Really trying space engineers. Oh yeah. Trying as in haven't played it before, or trying to do something in the game. There are some gazelles and turkeys and shit around here. There's also a lynx. Alright, well let's get rid of that. I haven't played. Oh yeah. That's fair. There's a whole bunch of games that when people say the names of them, I literally can't remember what the fuck they are because my partner plays like a variety of them as well. And these days I can just never remember which one's which without actively seeing the thing. But I can't remember if Space Engineers is the one where you actually are creating spaceships in space, or if I'm thinking of the one where, I think it's that one. But there's a few there. My partner plays a lot of like space version games and stuff like that, so I've seen it. It's honestly not my jam, but that's fine. Doesn't have to be my jam. What are you lot doing down here? I love seeing somebody just pull food out of like nowhere. I know that they've got it in their own inventory, but it always still kind of surprises me when I suddenly see them. Also, I sort of would prefer wood being stored down here just because like this is mostly for like clothes and other shit. I don't know if the other side allows wood. Don't do wood. I almost want steel to go down the bottom, but I don't mind it being in here. My question is, this one allows wood too. Okay, so we should be able to get stone and steel and wood and crap down here. Now, how they going with their blocks? They've almost moved them all up. I don't want to enable the extra area yet until I see these like basically capped out and they stop moving them. But once I see like most of it's moved, I'll open up like one of these areas and be like, okay, you could have You could put your stone blocks in there, that's fine, you know. It would be really good if, while I had like a caravan out and about, we could find more stuff. Like, I've got a few of these around with the hope that we can find some shit here. I'm actually almost keen to like throw down a few more of these things, honestly. I'm just gonna make sure that they're not under roofs or anything. Not under... It's not that one. Actually, it might have been that one that I was thinking of. I was trying to think of the one that shows you where roofs and shit are. Actually, this will show me over here. Yeah, okay. So I can't put one like over there, but I can put a bunch in here. Which, like, I don't want to junk up this area. Like, I'd almost rather put a couple over here because it's just kind of an open-ish space. So if I can just avoid where the roofs are, I'm thinking... I know that they're gonna get blown up if I have any kind of a fight, right? I just want to spread them out a little bit because I don't think that it stops them from walking through it, but I think it kind of does a little bit too. So I'll shove a few there. The reason why I'm trying to put so many underground scanners in my base is that it gives me resources here immediately. I don't have to send a caravan out. I don't have to send food supplies and have my caravan risk getting attacked and all sorts of stuff. They're just here, right? So that's kind of like the point with it. But at the same time, when I do have a caravan and stuff like that, I do like getting a few at a time. I'm pretty sure I got the random ones before because this one's at 12, that's 3. That one's at 7, but it's also like 20 days away from finding a random thing. It's 2 days away from finding random. That wouldn't be too bad if it found it in 2 days because my people would still be outside. So long as it's not like, you know, up here or some bullshit, I'd be pretty okay to send them up there. I'd probably like halve off the caravan, send them home, send out a few more animals or something like that kind of thing, you know? Or even just send a dedicated group and like merge the caravans and take the people that I want to go up, you know. So just having a look around. We're going for temperatures in here. 16, 18, 21. That back one's a bit toasty on it. I might need to turn this one down. I might turn it down by about 10. Take that to 11. What are you on? You're on 18. You're on 18. So you're running 2 degrees behind it. You're running equal to it. And you're running above it. I don't want that to be hot. So I'll down that a bit. I know I downed it by 10. I could have probably taken it down by 5, but if it goes from like 21 to close to 11 or something like that, like whatever, 11 degrees is still better. Actually, fuck it. Hold on. I'll say 14 degrees. 14 degrees is on the cusp of them being cold, but not freezing kind of thing. Up in here is doing great though. Honestly, the air conditioners did end up sorting themselves out. I have too many air conditioners for this room, but it does keep it at a nice and equal, like even -9 at all times. This is 5 degrees, so these benches have probably got bad temperature. Yep. Okay, let's see if we can bust you up a little bit higher. Pick you up by about 5. Because it's at 33 degrees and this room's at 5 degrees Celsius. I don't want to make it too hot because if I forget to turn it off before the season changes and we get into summer and it's still a little bit warm in here, it won't cool down. It just doesn't fucking do it. So then we have people sweltering when they're doing it. Food bench, Malbro, go for it, mate. We got food, go for it. You do animal stuff anyway. Oh, you're the other Mal. That's fine. I was going to say, I'm like, I have Mal out here at the moment, but that's the other Mal. The one that I'm always thinking is the one that, when I'm looking for a Mal. Alright, they still haven't moved that because they've still got like 7,000 blocks in the way, but that's okay. I guess I don't have a lot of fur and stuff around, which is a bit of an issue. So how are my animal quantities going? I haven't looked at this tonight. So my ducks and chickens are still rocking around like 80 or 70 plus, which is fine. I do want my ducks and chickens to be about 70. My cows are up around 50. They're doing pretty good. They'll get some culled soon. I increased my sheep production because they fucking breed like flies lately, so that's fine. Guys have got almost to the cap, and then they've got 18 use already, so that should go ham. We should get a lot of wool. That'd be good. And then we've got the yaks. Yaks, I don't have like sectioned off or anything at the moment. Oh, holy ducks, Batman. Hey, Q. We had like 100 and something ducks the other month, but they finally reached their cap and they're finally getting like culled properly and stuff. We're trying to like reproduce the number of like animals and stuff we need because, as you know, like I culled my colony's animals down to 1/3. So we only have like, we had about 250 animals in total left. And now I'm pretty sure we're over 400. So we're getting there. We've got to get it back up to about 750 odd to be able to actually feed this colony. Actually, it might even need to be closer to 800 because we have more people than previously. So yeah, probably about 800. Plus there are a few animals in here that are just for padding. So there is that. But yeah, there's a shit ton of ducks. Like in this area alone, there's 45 ducks. There's also like some chickens. There's 36 chickens here. They are laying their eggs and stuff. What are you up to, Q? So you've got 4 fertile duck eggs in here. I don't see any cats. Oh no, there's one panther. I was going to say, I'm like, I don't see anything in here snacking on it. I also don't see any food in the animals area either. Also, if anybody can hear the car going past, sorry. Might have loud neighbors. Lynx and animal pen. Well, it looks like it's being attacked. Is it hunting something? It's definitely been shot at some point. Its tail's been cut off. Like, the further it goes into my colony, the more likely it's going to just get killed. So, I also don't have any small... Well, I have some ducks up there, but I don't really have small animals, so I'm not particularly worried about it. My people will hunt it down soon enough. Everything's coming up to the top of my map right now to get some food. The only problem is that because it is winter, I don't have a lot of food. What are you doing, mate? You better not be eating that. Good. I know it's a chicken. I know it's not going to eat a tree, but like, I've got chocolate and shit sitting here. This motherfucker is definitely eating my chocolate. This is where my chocolate keeps going. Mate, Takuma, mate, can you steal that? And then steal these as well, because I've got animals queued up to eat it. This is why we're not getting chocolate. People are actually harvesting my trees, and I've been wondering why we haven't been getting any chocolate, and I just thought people are eating them fast enough. But no, I literally just have like this motherfucker walking over here like I'm just gonna nom that. I almost want to put a pen here. Almost. Key reason why I don't want to is because if I get an attack, that's gonna be a bitch to walk around. Alright, this one should be fine. Got our second lump of coal for tonight. Sorry, gold. I gotta stop saying coal, my god. Alright, what do we got? Marble. This is definitely steel over here though. Alright, I want to remove the roof. There's guinea pigs here too. I need to set up a peeling station. Alright, I'll set up a peeling station nearby. Get that up and running. I'll get somebody dedicated to go do some culling. So set that up for forever. There are... I don't want to touch those muffaloes. I'm not stupid. They can come visit us in our house eventually in our base, right? But I will leave them be here because I ain't touching that shit. I've only got 3 gunners on this group. So I think I've got that set up to do the thing. And I also want people to do chop wood like it's your fucking life, mate. All of the wood. Alright, you lot, go do what you're gonna do. Go find something to do. And in the meantime, what do we got here? We've got a steel urn. No. Stop. Deconstruct it. Jesus. Deconstruct that too. The urns, I might as well just deconstruct them all. It gives me free blocks. I probably won't actually... Yeah, there ain't no point in taking these deconstructed because I won't take sandstone home. I don't hate sandstone, but visually there's nicer things to work with. you know? So I will generally work with other things. That's all marble. I also would not mind some marble, being honest there. But I would rather bring home wood from this specific run. That's granite. I don't want granite. How's this links going? Is it in my pen still, or is it near... it's near Ellie. It's fine. And cockroach as well, I guess. Alright, let's see. Animal filth where? Mate, you gotta stop. Tattered apparel. I've now got 60 people with tattered apparel. They all like their new fucking basking spot. It's like the worst place in my colony, but sure, go for it, mate. I have like these spots over here. These are like gathering spots. You could gather in a really nice room, mate. Let me just turn that off. Alright, I think I made one more of those too. I made that one of these. That one's got 3. I definitely made this one. You guys, stop gathering at that. And I'm pretty sure these ones are not gathering spots. I'm pretty sure I've got everywhere to not be a gathering spot, except for in the rec room. They can gather at these ones because it's a nice room, so it makes them happy and shit. Like, Salinus, mate, how do you feel about this room right now? It's unbelievably impressive rec room, extremely impressive dining room, spacious interior, recreation satisfied, a defined meal, psychic emanator soothe, sky high expectations. Are you a new person? They have ratty apparel, they ate without a table, they slept in the cold, they're sleeping alone, fucking diddums. Opinion of my wife, Barnes. Mate, where is your wife then? And insulted. Okay, hold on. If that's how you guys are going with the beds, I think it's time for a shuffle. I've got a bunch of people that are currently outside of my base, so let's just set these all to... Of course, this is also going to kick out Human and what's-his-face, Stone from their idyllic bedrooms, but I can always shove them back in where they're supposed to be. Alright. Last couple of beds. Alright, the only reason why I want to do this is that it literally just says, hey, these beds are no longer available. Now these beds are actually available. Hey, fancy that. Maybe if you go lay down with your partner, you might find, like, the bed that you want. The only problem is, like, this actually relies on, like, Barnes going and finding Salinus and stuff. Like, you were literally just up here, mate. Okay, first up, where is... There's Human's bed. Let's allocate you before I forget. Human is your room. Okay, and... Stone, mate. Let's get you back over here. You're all the way down near the bottom of the list. Yeah, I've gone past S's. Stone. Where the fuck's my Stone at? Not Sloan. Stone might be out at the base. No, there he is. Hold on, there you go. Alright, and who's the other guy that has the special base? Special bedroom. I have a third person that wants a special bedroom and doesn't have it. I know Tackle's had a shit fit about it, and he's not getting one. Not till he's back home, at least. That's the 2 people. Do I have anybody else that had a special looking bedroom? There's one up here. So, who had... Hold on, there's a third set of bedrooms. Hold on. That one is... Nobody said to it. I have a extra person here. Well, I'll find the bed when they obviously have their shit fit about it, and I'll allocate it out, because I've got this like special room down here, which I actually thought was Human's room. Like, what do we got? Good sculpture, good sculpture. That can't be Human's room. That's got to be one of them though. And there's another room. I love how Lou's just passed out. Anyway, ignore Lou. There is up here. There's this room, which has the excellent and the good, which of course means that's Human's room. Somebody has a statue over here, and I don't know who had it. I probably should have looked at this before I like shuffled it, but I don't really give a fuck so long as whoever was cheating doesn't shack up with their partner. That's the only one I don't give a fuck about. I'll find them and I'll separate them get them to go sleep with their wife again. But yeah, I'll figure it out. They'll go find beds and stuff eventually. This is the only way I can keep them from hogging a single bed when they're a couple. Because what generally happens is, like, if they're out at the moment, they won't automatically have a bed. But if their partner's got a bed, they should find their partner and sleep in that bed with their partner. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I have to wait till they all come home, but it at least, like, shuffles them a little bit every so often. Kind of also, if they're all out of the bedrooms during the day, they'll go back to whichever is the closest rooms for their sleep at night, which is beneficial for me because then the next day when they do whatever they do, whether it be work in the kitchens or work down here or whatever, they will return to the closest possible bed near them. That's generally how it works, which then reduces the amount of time they spend, like, just fucking around, walking around and stuff to the wrong area and stuff. So it helps a tiny bit. I just kind of wish I could remember who the other two people were. I feel like Fred might have been one of them. No, Farrell. Farrell's the one, isn't he? Hold on, let me go look at Farrell. I gave Farrell a nice room because... Hold on, let me get this in alphabetical order. I gave Farrell a nice room because Farrell has a medical problem. He's got the brain burn scar. So he had... Where is it? It's up here. He had this one. So, mate, let's get Farrell back in his bed. There you are. Come back here, mate. There you go. I remember that one. He had a okay room. He had a slightly nicer than usual room because he has a really rough time and I'm not healing him, so he'll be right. That's my biggest issue, honestly, is someone steps off the tile for a min and they just die essentially on this tile, and it's got to be... Was it? Added to everything. Yeah, look, I find that, like, it confused me a little bit when I was trying to make, like, enough beds for this place, and I wouldn't have any available beds. Like, nothing was saying unknown, like, user or anything like that, like, none of this, right? Or unowned or whatever. And then I'd send out a caravan and I'd suddenly have, like, 30 beds available, and it didn't click for me for ages that every time I sent somebody out for a caravan, they essentially just assumed that they didn't exist. And therefore, whatever room they had was fair game for whoever the new, like, recruits were. So they'd come back and their room was taken, and I'd find, like, my original colonist sleeping in the fridge or something. I'd be like, oh my god, somebody's stolen their fucking room again. And on the first map, it kind of mattered, because, like, on the first map, I had fancy bedrooms, right? I had all those blue areas that are all kind of, like, dotted with, like, beds and shit. Some of those were, like, really, really good quality, and I was trying to give that to my original people as kind of, like, it was their kind of, like, starting privilege, was they got a decent room. The only problem was I very quickly had a few people that were like, oh, I want a lavish bedroom, and so they'd, like, try to steal that room every time my people left. Or, oh my god, the biggest thing in RimWorld is, like, stealing a bedroom through marriage. So in RimWorld, I have noticed that if a female character has a really nice bedroom and she gets married, her partner will move into her bedroom. And then I get this with Tofu specifically a lot. Tofu and Lincoln, they're both kind of rat bags, right? They'll marry up, they'll kick the partner out of the bed, and they'll shack up with a new chick before they're even divorced. And they'll move her into the nice bedroom. And I noticed this, like, so many times, because whenever I did my caravans, I'd come back and be like, who the fuck are you? Get out of her bedroom. Because back when I had, like, a off-stream game before I ever started streaming and stuff, like, I was very, very well versed in whose bedroom was where and stuff like that. I wasn't moving around much and stuff. So, like, yeah, I noticed this pretty obviously and stuff. But yeah, every time they married up to, like, a better quality bedroom, kicked the girl out, then shacked up with a new person, moved up into that girl's bedroom and kicked her out. And I'm like, these bastards are, like, literally going from bedroom to bedroom, getting themselves a better place. And I noticed it a little bit in this one. They kind of did it mixed. It's not so female dominated in that, and I'm like, that's nice, but it's a little more unpredictable. Because now when somebody gets in a relationship, I've got to be careful that nobody's like bitching about not being able to sleep with their like partner, that they're cheating on their like husband or wife or whatever with, you know. I know that's like a really like small nitpicky thing in the game, but I kind of like the social dynamics of being like, if you're married in my colony, you're gonna stay married to that colonist. And unless you die, or that colonist dies, which honestly, I swear some of them like will go out of their way to try to like fabricate a death situation. But yeah, generally speaking, like I don't let them go